Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles. So, since last episode, there was an update. It actually just came out. I was getting ready for the next recording, and an update had came out. So, I was like, okay, well, let's get the update. And funny story, it increased the cost of nodes. And I had actually just made some nodes, so we actually have 12 routing nodes, 5 output, 5 input. These will actually get us by for a little bit. But the new nodes that we're going to have to make, or the new recipe, inputs and outputs are the same. They're standard recipe. Standard routing nodes now require Ender Pearl, which is cheap, Luminescence, which is cheap, Inert Blood Iron Ingot, which is actually cheap, but we do need to upgrade. We need to start getting into a bit more blood magic, basically. And then we also need microchips, which we can craft with either of these recipes. And they do craft 4 and 6 at a time. So moving towards the carpenter soon would be ideal. We do need to start doing that. But I also did a bit of building. You'll notice right up there we have a top now, a proper top to our blood magic area. And if we head inside of here and we pop upstairs, this is our new wheel farm area. It's a lot fancier than it was, and I've added some demon crucibles. These all have output routing nodes on top of them, which aren't currently outputting anything. Then we also have 5 demon crystallizers. These actually you don't have to have. These are more for decoration to kind of break up the ritual stones and not just have just a blank rune or anything like that over there. This is all built with blank runes. And then up there is, of course, the ritual up there. And up at the top we have, whoops, still not good at landing this thing. There we go. Okay, I'll just take a big bunch of damage there. But up here, I've kind of shaped this up a little bit. And let me actually grab my glider back out. And then at the bottom, I've done that. So I think it looks a bit better. There's still a little bit of stuff I want to add to it. And I want to get rid of all these torches, of course. We'll be doing that soon enough. Also, down here, there is a spawner for skeletons and cave spiders that I added. So we do have a few more different mob types, which will give a boost based on variety of mobs. We talked about that last episode. And I also added this right here. This is an item collector from Cyclic, and it's collecting the dropped items from the mobs. So you can see, like right now, this isn't going into any drawers, so it's just kind of backing up here. That's fine. We'll add it to some drawers and get that up and going. So, but anyways, today we have a few things to cover. The very first thing that I want to do, let me do a little bit of organization here. Let me grab this out. Let's make ourselves a master ritual stone. There we go. There's our master ritual stone. And I'm just going to throw this back in there. And there we go. Anyways, what I want to do, this is going to be a very temporary ritual that we're going to be setting up. But let's go, let's see, let's come up. I think right here should be good, I think. What we need to do, it's been a little while since I've done this, and I can't remember the ritual that we need. I'm going to have to look it up. I'm hoping that I can just remember it going through here. It's this one right here. This is Resonance of the Faceted Crystal. That's what I want. And so if we build this out, there we go. And then if we come over and we activate this, the rest of the energy flows through the ritual. And we pop up, whoops. We pop up here. If I recall, we need to set up a, yeah, we're going to have to do that. Okay, I didn't think about, we're going to have to do one thing real quick. Let me get, we're going to need to make a crystal cluster. These right here. And these require a minimum of 1200 wheel. We are going to have to, yeah, we're going to have to upgrade this first. Okay, so before we can do that, what we need to do is we need to get ourselves the next Tartaric Gem. And I actually think we're gonna do a couple upgrades on Tartaric Gems this episode. But for the greater Tartaric Gem, we're gonna need a Demonic Slate, a Demon Will Crystal, a common Tartaric Gem, and a weak Blood Shard. So let me grab our Bound Blade, and we'll just go ahead and activate this. And what I want to do is I want to go out and kill things, of course. And I'm not for sure. Like I said, I literally just updated before I started this recording, and I noticed that all the special mobs are being pulled out. So it actually makes me wonder... Oh, we got a weak blood shard. It actually makes me wonder if we're going to have any of those ones this time. You know, that we were running into in the last couple episodes or whatever. The mod, it was like just added, and then I think it's been removed again, so... Oh my gosh, there's skeletons. Skeletons. That's all I'm finding is skeletons. Where's all the zombies? Okay, second weak blood shard. Awesome. Right as the sun's about to come up too. That worked out perfectly. So let's go ahead. Let's throw these in there. We're also going to need 2 demon will crystals and something else. Oh, demonic slates. Okay, so we'll go ahead and drop those and those into there. And we'll get that running. And there is our Greater Tartaric Gem. And then what we're going to do, let's take this and shift right click and just empty it out. And dump it into there. Of course, that's going to start getting wheel from this chunk. You can see we've got plenty of wheel in this chunk. And this is actually like super backed up at this point. Like, it's going to fill up here pretty soon. Like the drawer. So, oops. Oh. There we go. You can see that that's, yeah, it's staying at 64, no problem. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and dump that into there and start crafting up our other Greater Tartaric Gem. There we go. Okay, and then to make our clusters. Let me pop over real quick. And I'm just going to grab a stack of Demon Will Crystals. And I also want to go ahead and get a lever as well. Because we're going to want this, because what I want to do is I want to shut off the, okay, right there. I want to shut off this ritual that's breaking our crystals. And, to pull that up, put that there, and we're going to apply a redstone signal. It's going to stop the, what was it, crack of the fractured crystal. It's going to stop that. And then what we need to do is we need to place out... how much does this actually cost to make it? It costs 100. That's not bad. Okay, let's go ahead and just take these, place them like that, and let that start running. And here in just a second, there we go. There's a Demon Will Crystal Cluster. And then what we're going to do is we're going to drop this right there on top of the Master Ritual Stone. And we're going to let this thing grow. Okay, there's one node. Basically, we have to let it get up to 5 shards on it is what we have to do. So it's probably going to take it a second. And then this is crafting up, and we're getting Demon Will Crystal Clusters. I actually don't need that many of these. But we'll go ahead and make them. That's fine. But as you can see, you can make these, and you can make wheel off of those. You know, instead of having to, like I said, these demon crystallizers are only here purely for decor. But you can, you know, craft them up and add on with these, like what I did here. So, and can I right? I can't right click it. I was wanting to right click and grow it. That would be ideal, but let me go get the Sanguine Scientum, because it's been a while since I've used this. I can't remember. Okay, I figured it out. Easy mistake, I think. I pretty much had it right, but let's pull this up. And what we need to do is we need to place a, it has to be 2 blocks above the Master Ritual Stone. And that's where I messed up at. So, whoops. And now we have to wait for it to get 5 shards on it for it to work. So up to 4, and then 1 more, and it should split. There we go. So you can see we have Demon Will Crystal Clusters for 4 different kinds of demonic wheel. Now, I don't need to break these just yet. I need to let these sit here and grow for just a minute. So I'm just going to kind of hang out and let these things grow up a little bit. And if this thing fills up to 5 again, which it's about to do, it'll split and it's going to add 1 to each of these. So we may as well, you know, let it do its thing for now. And it should be able to, the ritual that's going on, it should be able to speed up the growth on these. But since we don't have any of these wheel types in this chunk, like you can see, I mean, all we have is raw wheel. We're not going to be able to get those respective wheel types. So what we need to do, if we want to get those wheel types, is start smelting up those wheels within our demon crucibles. That's why I have 5 of these set out, so that we'll be able to make use of those. Now what I want to do is, now that that's done, let's go ahead, well, no, let me let it build up a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to let this sit here and run for a minute. So hopefully we'll have filled out clusters for all 4 elements, and then we can break this whole ritual down. It's a very short-lived ritual. You're not going to use it for very long. But while that's running, let's go ahead and we are going to upgrade the Tartaric gems here in a minute. But one thing I want to do is I want to craft a Sentient Armor Gem. This thing is going to be very, very useful. We are going to have to tier up a Tartaric gem for this, and then get obsidian, block of iron, and a diamond chest plate, which should be very doable. I think I might possibly have a diamond chest plate in here. I'm not for sure. By the way, the Benny's compartment has been working great. I haven't had any crashes with it. I did start emptying it, but I haven't finished because it started working so good. I'm going to take this diamond chest plate. I'm going to get it repairing for now. I'm not for sure if it has to be fully repaired or not. I'm not 100% sure on that. But we'll go ahead and at least get it starting repairing, because then if I have to have it repaired, that'll help out. But I'll be back once I get this lesser Tartaric gem made, and then we'll get underway with the next bit of this. I swear this is like pretty much my get around at this point is the air sigil. I love it. Let's see. I'm going to pop down here and grab that diamond armor. I'm not for sure if this is going to work, but we're going to find out. Without it being full durability. If it doesn't work, then, you know, I've got a head start on repairing it. If it does work, then I've wasted some lava. So that's really all. So anyways, there's our petty Tartaric gem. We're going to need to upgrade this. And we need diamond. And then lesser Tartaric gem, block of iron, obsidian, diamond. Okay, it does work. We didn't have to do all that, but that's okay. That's all right. So there is our Sentient Armor Gm. Awesome. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to, this is pretty much done. I'm done with this. So I'm going to go ahead and break this off, break that, break the Master Ritual Stone. Then we can go ahead and disassemble. I'm going to leave the 4 pillars there that have the Demon Wheel Crystal Clusters on them. I'm going to leave those up for right now, for just a minute. And then right here, I can go ahead and pull off that lever. And I can replace it with this blank rune. And if we give it a second, that ritual should start working again. There we go. There we go. It's broken that, this wheel type. So let's pick that up. And let me throw this stuff down. I don't need that. And then what I want to do is I want to add to the filter, I want to add Vengeful Wheel Crystals to that. And then let's pop up here. I want to add Corrosive Wheel. I want to add Destructive Wheel. And then lastly, I want to add Steadfast Wheel. Okay, so we now have all 5 wheel types that can be generated in here. Okay, so then what I want to do is I want to take our Steadfast Wheel Crystal and our Destructive, Corrosive, Vengeful. And what I want to do is I want to add precise filters to these output nodes. And I want to say on the downside, precise filter, and you can send Vengeful Wheel Crystals. And then the next one, down, precise filter, you can send Corrosive Wheel Crystals. Downside, Destructive. And then downside, Steadfast. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and just grab this connection and link it, link it, link it, link it. So these are all plugged up. They can accept the correct wheel types. And then what I want to do is I just want to grab one of each of these. And we're going to zoom on over to this building here. And we're going to take our newfound wheel types and we're going to slot these into drawers. So there's Destructive, there's vengeful, there's corrosive, there's steadfast. Okay, and then they're getting pulled out. You can see there's nothing, there's a destructive wheel, there's 5 corrosive, but they're getting pulled out immediately whenever they do get inserted. And that's because, of course, they're going over here and they're getting smelted. So then if we pop over and we take a look, you can see I've got 5 different colors of wheel there at the top left, according to my wheel aura gauge. Okay, so every time it grows one of these types of wheel, it pulls from the very top one. But then if it grows one of these other 4, it pulls from, the other 4 slots there. Okay, now right now it might not be picking these up because they're not falling. Yeah, that's what it is, because they're not falling into this thing's range, because this room is designed so that these will fall all the way down, and they're not quite doing that. So that's the reason that's happening, which is fine. Basically, I just want to let this run for just a minute. And so one thing I could do, let's see, I don't know that I want to build a hopper specifically for this, honestly. Okay, this has been running for a minute, and we actually have, if we take a look, we've got 11, well, we've got 12 steadfast, 11 destructive, 10 corrosive, and 11 vengeful. So what I want to do is I want to grab out, let's start with steadfast, for example. I've got 12 in there. Let's go ahead and we'll dump in, well, that. Let me go ahead and throw in these and split these up like we did before. And that's going to craft, and we're going to get steadfast wheel crystal clusters. That's what I want. We'll go ahead and start with 2, and then we'll expand on these. Steadfast is going to be the most important for our purposes. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull up this wheel crystal, and I'm going to replace it with a steadfast one. And then in addition, what I can do is I can take the rest of these steadfast, and I can just place these around. I'm going to put one, say, right there. Okay. And then what we're going to do this for all the different wheel types. So let's grab that out. And I'm just going to start with 1 for these other ones, because these actually aren't as important to us. So let's grab, there's a destructive wheel. There is a corrosive one. And then we just need a vengeful one. And then we'll go ahead and pull these up. Drop down, say, corrosive. Drop down destructive, and then drop down a vengeful. And these are going to basically pull from the wheel that's in the chunk, like normal. You can see a steadfast just grew right there. And now I can break these off. And I won't have to watch this thing like get backed up and all that mess anymore. And I can just throw all these on the ground. There we go. Okay, and that should be running. And then the rest of these, like the demon wheel crystal clusters, I can just take these and I can even put them like boom, 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 and they should grow. They should be within range of that setup. And then I could even go like pow, and like spread these around however I wanted to, and that would be a-okay. As long as they fall down to at least this point, so even if they land on top of the Demon Crucible, that's fine. That's not a problem. I'm probably going to center most of them around in here. I will say that the main ones that we're going to be using are just the standard ones and the steadfast, because we're going to be using a lot of steadfast wheel. Right now I have 7 steadfast wheel crystals. Okay, let me grab this out of there. I'm going to throw this down. And what we can do is we can take our greater Tartaric Gem and we can combine this. No, it's done in the... okay, I can only do it with the grands. Okay. Usually I just have a grand, so I don't even think about it. So what we need to do is we actually need to go out and farm, and I don't even know, to be perfectly honest, I don't even know that we need to make this one over here a grand. I don't think so, because a grand has a storage capacity of 16,384, and I don't think, unless there's a recipe added, I don't think that there's anything that requires the grand that comes to mind. Because I think the 4096 on the greater is actually strong enough to craft just about anything, unless something is added within the pack. It's interesting. I think the Master Routing Node was actually made cheaper in terms of wheel. I can't remember, but I want to say it's cheaper now. The Sigil of Sentience requires 8,192 and it consumes 4,096. This one here requires 4,000, drains 3,000, which is possible. But I think the Sigil of Sentience is probably the only thing. Oh, no, wait. Divinity Reagent. I didn't think about that either. Divinity Reagent is used to make Sigil of Divinity, which is very, very powerful. We'll get into that later. Yeah, we can make ethereal slates. Yeah, we will get into that later, but not right this second. It's mainly blood arsenal stuff. Default blood magic doesn't add anything. But we have a Sentient Armor Gm. And let's see. I might actually just pull this out for a minute. And if we activate the Sentient Armor, basically it pulls off all of our armor. It actually stores it inside of this gem. But what's cool is you'll notice that we keep our enchants. So we've got Fire Protection 4, Fuel Efficiency 3, and Projectile Protection 4, Unbreaking 3. And you'll notice that armor-wise, actually I have less armor, slightly less armor, and I also lose my toughness when I'm wearing this. But it's going to get stronger as we get more wheel. So once we upgrade to the Grand Tartaric Gem, it'll be even better than it is right now. So what I want to do now is I've got a cleaver somewhere's about. I think I have it put up right now. Oh, no, it's right. It's literally right here where it's normally at. And I'm like blind. Okay, so we've got ourselves a cleaver. And I currently have, I have 3 wither skeleton skulls. That's perfect then. Okay, I went ahead and dug down here to bedrock. And we're going to spawn our wither down here. And so let's I grabbed a couple other things. I grabbed a potion of regen, some hearts of gold, and a few golden apples, just standard ones. The hearts of gold, I'll show you what those do. Oh, and I grabbed the Baron Charm. It removes withering. Those and the hearts of gold, of course, we got from the tower bosses. You know, whenever we were spawning those and making a bunch of those. But we can take these and we can right-click them. Okay, it just goes up to 2. I couldn't remember how many you could get off of that. But basically it gives you some free absorption hearts that don't wear off over time. They will wear off and go away once we start taking some damage, which we're going to start doing here in just a moment. But anyways, we're going to let our wither activate. And then we're going to shoot him and get some starting damage on him like that. And let me back off here. Actually, it's probably better just to... Oh, he spawns wither skeletons. Okay. Nope. Stop it. Alright, why don't you... No! Oh, that's not removing withering. There we go. Oh, and it broke. Okay, so it's single use. That's not good. And he's spawning a lot of ads. I wish he would... No! No! It's not really what I wanted to do. Alright, get rid of this withering effect. Okay, can I come around him? I should be able to. I should be able to just circle around him here. He's killing his own minions right now. I'm trying to play it safe and careful, though. And get over there to him. Okay. This sword will make short work of him. Oh, there's rock crystal. The worst thing is I'm taking damage from hitting him. Alright. Let's, okay, I'm gonna eat another gold apple here. Okay, he's very, very low at the moment. I just gotta wait for this wither effect to wear off. This, like, taking damage, though, whenever I hit him is rough. I need my hunger to go down. That's what I need. Come on. There we go. There we go. No, no, don't die. Don't die. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and pop that other heart of gold. Looks like we got some draconium there, which is good. But, dun dun dun, we have slain the beast. Oh, another heart of gold. And, let's see. There we go. A heart jar, which, I can't remember what this one does. I think it brings you back or like heals you if you get so low or something. But we got a Nether Star Shard, a Nether Star Shard. Okay, which we can use that to make 2 Nether Stars. But you can't craft these. Okay. Progressive Bosses mod. I'm gonna have to look into that mod. Because I'm not familiar with it, I don't think. But anyways, we got, I guess if we kill 8, we get like a free nether star after we kill 8 of them. Let's see, the nether star seeds. Okay, we need nether star blocks. It's a lot of nether stars. Not to mention, I know we need a nether crux, which is crafted like that. 35% chance for a withering soul drop. And Supremium. Which technically if we killed the wither, you know, and got the withering souls, and then got 2 nether stars, by then we could probably make one of these with Supremium. But it's the nether star seeds that are so expensive. So, okay, so I want to grab this draconium while we're here. But anyways, what we can do is, let's take our nether star and our greater tartaric gem. And let's craft our grand tartaric gem. So I've got to make some more seed cooking oil because I'm out. So I didn't make any more veggie stir-fried, but there we go. There's our grand tartaric gem. And then what we're going to do, we're up to 12 steadfast. Okay, let's grab this out. And I'm going to keep one of these on hand. Actually, 2 of these on hand. And let's throw all the rest of this down. And then what we can do is we can take our grand tartaric gem and we can apply a wheel type to it. So we're going to turn it into a steadfast wheel tartaric gem. And then what I can do is I can throw this into here. And it's going to start absorbing the wheel from this chunk. And it's actually going to eat through these steadfast wheel crystals at a decent rate. But you can see it's building up on steadfast wheel. Okay, so we've got 521 in there right now. Okay, and the reason I'm going with steadfast, each of the different wheel types will have different effects on your armor or your weapons. And steadfast is built for defense. It's built purely for defense, which is what I want. So I don't think we're going to see much of a increase at the moment. I don't know, it still shows full armor. I don't know if that's totally accurate or not. Not for sure, but you can see we've got plus 0.4 knockback resistance on the chest plate. Whenever you build up on Sentient Wheel, you're also going to get knockback resistance in addition to the higher defense values. So that's why I want that. Now I need to let the Steadfast Wheel build up before I can actually make much use of it. And let me pop over here. Let me slot this Supremium. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I want to upgrade our armor. It's time that we get some better stuff going. Right now we've got Fire Protection 4, Fuel Efficiency 3. I mean, these are kind of janky, honestly. So one thing I would like to do, it actually doesn't matter the strength of our armor. So I'm kind of curious, do I have any like really cool, really nice things? Soulbound 3, Protection 4, Respiration 3, that's not a bad headpiece. It's leather, but the nice thing is if we throw this on, you can see our actual defense down here drops. But then if I equip Sentient Armor, it's the same. And then I've got a Sentient Helmet with Soulbound 3, Protection 4, Respiration 3. As long as I don't unequip this, or unequip the Sentient Armor, we should be okay. But if I unequip it, then I'm going to be sitting there with a leather cap. Which wouldn't be good. So I might try to get that actually on something a bit better. But for right now, that should be pretty good. Another thing I would like to do... Actually, you know what? I've got... let me pop over here. Let me see what enchanted... Or no, I think I've already moved the enchanted books. Yeah. So I've got Fire Aspect 2. A lot of those. I've got a Smite 5. Feather Falling 4. Sharpness. Smite, efficiency, looting. Okay, none that I actually need. I was wanting something with like defense. That would be awesome. Okay, I've got iron boots here with protection 4, fuel efficiency 4, which I don't know. Unbreaking 3 and multi-jump 4. Now, unbreaking is kind of useless, but if we throw these on, that protection 4 is gonna, it's gonna be nice. So we'll have that. We'll have projectile protection 4 and unbreaking 3, soulbound 3, protection 4. Then I just need to find a chest piece. And honestly, I'm kind of torn on a chest piece. I'm honestly thinking about like fire protection. I wouldn't mind having something with like blast protection. That would be kind of nice. But yeah, for right now, I'm just going to go with like fire protection 4 on this chain chest plate. That should be okay. And then I've still got my old legs on. So I can throw that on. I've got all these nifty enchantments. So, I mean, really, you could enchant pretty much anything. Or find, like, something that's, not that great. I'll charge this up a little bit more here as our wheel builds up. I need to get just more Steadfast wheel crystals because that's going to be the one that we use a lot of as we go forward because... We're going to have to recharge it quite often, even after it hits max. Of course, max is massive. Like, 16,384. There is kind of a cutoff point a little ways through Grand, but then basically it builds up like an extra buffer. So that basically what happens is if you run out of wheel in this, because every time you take damage, it's going to do damage to the wheel instead of doing any damage to the armor. The armor is pretty much unbreakable. So... yeah, you can see now we have a plus 0.6 knockback resistance because I added a little bit more wheel in there. So as we build that up, we're going to get the armor's going to get better and it's going to get more and more knockback resistance. So Steadfast is very, very good if you're going for like a defensive style. It's not as good for your weapons, but it is really, really good for your armor. So, and I know that after it hits like I want to say it's around 2,000 wheel. After it hits that point, it's about on par, I want to say, with diamond armor, I think. Or something like that. I mean, it gets pretty strong. So I'm thinking that should be... Once we get the Steadfast wheel built up into this to like a decent value, it should be pretty good armor for us. And the fact that it's pretty much unbreakable is going to help a lot. The worst thing right now is we pretty much have to just wait... for the Steadfast wheel crystals to build up because it's going to take a little while on those. But like I said, I need to get more. I'm probably just going to put like Steadfast wheel on all of these. These can pretty much just slowly build up. It's not a big deal because the main thing I'm going to be using these for is going to be ritual attunement and then building. Because Destructive, corrosive, vengeful. These are all good if you want like special effects on your bows or weapons. But I mainly want the sentient armor. I'm not as worried about the sentient bow and the sentient sword because there's better alternatives. But the armor, I mean, eventually there's going to be better alternatives to the sentient armor. But for now, this is like some really nice stuff for us. So, and I think with that, I can safely mark off Auto Blood and Wheel from this list because I think we've pretty much covered that at the moment. And we also got, for killing the Wither, we get a gold coin, platinum coin, lumium coin, and 2 Superium Essence. And I will take that for sure. That Wither's actually quite a bit tougher than normal, so I will happily take that Essence reward. So we've got 16. I'll make 3. Okay. And how I need 8 each. Wow. These are going to be, yeah, these are going to be a bit beyond my price range at the moment, to say the least. But I've got 16. I mean, I could. That leads into the tier 4 crafting seeds. This gives, I don't know, it might actually be worth crafting that up. I'm trying to get up to that, but... And let's see, let me grab a stack of these real quick. And one thing that I would like to do, I think before we end out the episode, I'm just going to set it up here for now. But let's grab this. And since we're not going to make a chunk loader right this second, one thing that I should do is go ahead and make use of these enchantment tables. I'm actually going to need a little bit more books. And I need more wood too. So, but let's go ahead and place out some bookcases just so that we get some enchanting value here. And we are going to make some more like nifty blood magic gadgets before long. We will work up to those, so I promise. Okay, I think I just need one more bookcase. And I should have plenty of leather. It's the paper. Oh, and I forgot I have multi-jump. So I can do that. The only thing is, I think it's... Yeah, see, I jump so high and I don't have fall protection, so I just take damage. I can use my hook shot to prevent the damage, just... I just have to be careful, you know, whenever using the multi-jump. So, alright, so let's pop back up here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves one more bookcase, which should set us up to max enchantment power. And I always forget you need lapis now. I'm so used to not needing lapis that it actually messes me up. Like, I'm expecting it not to take lapis, I guess. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our book. And we're going to go ahead and pull out 30 levels. So we can get the good enchants. And I'd like to enchant some books. Or I could enchant armor and just go from there. Let's actually enchant a book and we'll see what we get. Knockback 2. I don't really want knockback 2. Sounds like a terrible book. Okay, let's go grab some armor. Especially like the chest piece. That's not really a great enchantment. So let's grab that. Let's grab that. I'm going to go ahead and grab a diamond headpiece, and then I wouldn't mind like some legs. Yeah, diamond legs. Okay. We're going to see about enchanting these. So if we throw this in there and some lapis, fire protection 4. See, I wouldn't mind having fire protection 4. Depth Strider 3. There's fire protection 4. And soulbound 3. Okay, let's say we want to go with fire protection 4 on our chest piece. So we got, what's with fuel efficiency? Fire protection 4, unbreaking 3, and fuel efficiency 3. Okay. I don't know why it wants to put fuel efficiency on everything. It drives me insane. Okay, let's try again. There's soulbound 3. There is last stand 2. That's not bad. Last stand lets you stay alive at the cost of XP, which is pretty useful. Or there's protection 4. I'm going to take the protection 4 on the legs. So we got protection 4 and fuel efficiency 3, of course. Man, I don't know what's with all the fuel efficiency. Okay, and then we've got aqua affinity or Unbreaking 3. Or if we put it on a book, we could have Mage Affinity. Let's take Mage Affinity and Insight 3. Okay. There's Last Stand 2 or Unstable 2 or Reaper 3. Yeah. Let's take the... I mean, I'm tempted to take the Reaper 3 because Reaper is just really, really nice. But I'm going to take Last Stand 2. And that's all we got. Awesome. Okay, let's try again. Protection 3. Or Ghostly. Let's take Protection 3. Okay, we got Multi-Jump 3, Unbreaking 3, Soulbound 3, Protection 3. That's actually not too bad. And then next up we've got Ghostly, or Stoneskin 2. Okay, well I will say that this chest piece is... Yeah, it's really not better because the only thing on there that's really useful is fire protection. But I'm going to go ahead and wear it because it's my actual dragon armor. These legs with protection 4. I'm going to take that over projectile protection 4. I wouldn't mind blast resistance, to be perfectly honest. And then this one has protection 4 and breaking multi-jump. This one's multi-jump, soulbound, protection. Really, these are better. In truth. I mean, the soulbound, yeah, whatever, but I don't know. I'm not really getting all that lucky on enchants, so... I don't know if I just want to like enchant some books and just see what we get. So let's do that. It's not like I'm going to run out of XP anytime soon. So, Power 3. Depth Strider 3, Eternal Compass, and Power 3 on that book. There's Strength 2. Gills. Yeah, we'll take it. Gills and Curse of Breaking 3. Awesome. I love it. Then we've got Fire Shield. Okay. And then Fire Protection 3. And Bane of Arthropods 3. Okay, we're not having a whole lot of luck in the enchanting department. I'm thinking we might go for an Unchant Pylon, because those are actually pretty nice if we want to pull enchants off of stuff. But we'll see. We'll do some more enchanting. I'd like to get some better enchants going, but right now we do have Fire Protection 4, Protection 4, and Respiration 3, Protection 4, Protection 4. I mean, we've got quite a bit of protection. So I think we're in pretty good shape. I mean, this is going to make for some really strong armor, especially once we get this thing filled, or at least up to the cutoff point for the wheel. So, and especially having that Steadfast on it, it's going to be really good armor. So it was worth, I think it was worth killing a Wither. Of course, now I don't have any skulls left, but that's okay. I think it was worth it, personally. So I'm hoping that this will tick. There we go. Okay, I wanted to make sure I had at least one extra before I use these, but I'm going to go ahead and make some more. I'm going to continue expanding on our crystals and trying to get just more Steadfast Will crystal clusters between episodes. And then next episode, I think we are going to move into a little bit of tech for a little while, because we've done a bit of blood magic and exploration. So we're going to start moving into the glue production, silicon, sub-produce, treated wood automation, probably those next episode. So I do want to get into astral sorcery before too long too, and start really pushing through it, because we could get some really good enchants if we did that. So, but we'll see. We shall see. So... but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, let's throw this on. Anyways, if you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. Stay updated with when new videos come out, and I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys next time.